Yo, what's up guys, Gray2G here. Today we're going to be looking at the Barbarian in Diablo Immortal, take a look at his basic skills, and just kind of look at some of the gameplay. Alright, first of all, the basic attack is called Lacerate. We're going to bring up the skills here on the screen for a moment, but the basic attack is called Lacerate, and it has a combo system, kind of like the Demon Hunters, where every third successful attack will actually bleed the target opponent. So we may not actually see that happen here because this Barbarian is just destroying everything in 2 hits for the most part. But let's see. There, you could see it right there. So you see he takes 3 swings, 2 swings that are pretty quick, and then the third swing is like a little bit slower, and then it has like more of a red flash to it. We'll try to point that out again as soon as he uses it. But oh, there. It does seem to happen actually when he's not even hitting any opponents. So 1, 2, and there's the big red slash. You see that right there. All right, and that was Hammer of the Ancients. Let's just go ahead and pull up all those skills now. So Hammer of the Ancients slams the ground, damaging all enemies in your path, and may inflict extra damage on dazed enemies. Has 2 charges of that. And then we have Chain Spear, which throws 3 deadly spears that damage enemies. Retract the spears to pull nearby enemies into melee range. And then we have Whirlwind, which we haven't unlocked in the game yet, but obviously, I mean, who doesn't know what Whirlwind is? But in just in case you don't know, you spin around in a flurry, damaging all enemies in your path, and each attack applies a lifesteal effect. So very, very useful ability there. And then a couple of the abilities which we will be unlocking later on, and we may or may not see in this actual video, are Furious Charge, which allows you to charge forward, knocking back and dealing damage to all enemies in our path with 3 charges. And then our ultimate, hopefully we get to see the ultimate, it's called Blood and Fury, which empowers the Lacerate ability by increasing its attack range, repelling enemies, and providing reinvigorating lifesteal with each hit. So basically just empowers our normal attack like pretty much every ultimate does. Alright, so let's see what we can see here. Very nice. Like, I gotta say, so far, I'm generally not a huge fan of Barbarian, but of all the classes we've seen so far in Diablo Immortal, this one looks like the most fun. Like all the abilities, every single ability looks so impactful and just looks amazing. So I'm really, really tempted to play Barbarian just because it just looks so, oh man, it just looks so fun to play. But who knows? We'll see what happens. I want to lean more towards Crusader. We haven't seen much Crusader yet, but yeah, you never know. We'll see what happens. Oh, one of the abilities that isn't listed here that is actually one of our first abilities is this Seismic Slam. He just used it right there. The big stomp on the ground called Seismic Slam, which we don't have exactly the numbers or the description on how that works, but obviously it's a little cone-based ability that I'm assuming will either slow or stagger your opponents. We're gonna have to keep an eye out and see if there it is again. It looks like it stuns. Yeah, it looks like it really stunned that skeletal mage back there. So Seismic Slam for a stun, it seems like. And then you can see him, throwing out the Hammer of the Ancients here and there. Here comes the Seismic Slam again. Definitely stunned those 2. It's a very nice cone-based stun effect. Oh my god, the Barbarian just looks so good. Looks so good. And there's the 1, 2, 3. There's the chains. Pull them in. Slap them down. Now we got some superior plate mail, and we're looking not as naked anymore. Even though the Barbarian does look good without any armor, this armor looks pretty decent too. All right, so our ultimate is nearly fully charged. Let's go ahead and see if our player actually goes ahead and oh, there it is. Pops the ultimate. Oh my god, look at that range. That's crazy. 1, 2, Hammer of the Ancients, Whirlwind. Oh, he got Whirlwind. I didn't even notice he unlocked Whirlwind already. Jeez, the Barbarian. Oh my god. This guy just looks unstoppable. Like, seriously. How do you kill a Barbarian? Like, because he has lifesteal on a lot of his abilities. He's got 30% reduced damage taken just because he's a Barbarian. Like, all melee classes, Barbarian, Monk, and Crusader all have 30% reduced damage taken. And yeah, with that combined with the lifesteal and the Whirlwind mobility, allowing you to just move through your enemies while actually, you're spinning and doing damage and lifestealing at the same time. It's like, how do you actually even die I mean, he does move a bit slowly with Whirlwind, but it's like, I don't think, we're I don't know, maybe they're gonna have to nerf the Barbarian, because he's looking so strong, like compared to all the classes we've seen. And I mean, sometimes this is the case in these sort of games where that you have some classes that start out the game really strong, but then as you get to later in the game, they aren't quite as strong as the other ones, or you have the opposite, like classes that start off really weak, but as you get in the late game, they start to awaken, and really you can see like how powerful they can be once you get all the skills unlocked in certain builds and everything into effect. So maybe it's just that the Barbarian starts off really strong, but he doesn't really ramp up. Like, this is like, he starts off at his peak abilities. Man, he looks so good though. Look at like of all the classes we've seen in the first 5 minutes of gameplay here, this guy definitely seems the strongest starting out. So if you want to feel like a complete dominating badass starting out, you probably want to play a Barbarian to start off with. But yeah, I'm pretty sure all of our classes will be pretty even. Just, some may take a bit longer or a bit more work, or some very specific builds and equipment to actually see that potential. Another thing I'm noticing here is it seems like the Barbarian's ultimate charges faster than the other classes. In these 20-minute demos that we've been watching from all the classes, like the other classes, the Wizard and Demon Hunter, and we haven't really looked at the Monk yet, but the Wizard and the Demon Hunter, their ultimates didn't really charge that quickly. Like, we only saw, I think, one ultimate the entire 20 minutes from the Wizard and the Demon Hunter. So the Barbarian we're about, I guess, 14-15 minutes into this demo right now, and he's almost at his second ultimate. So could it be that his ultimate charges a bit faster? I'm not sure. Maybe because he has more like sweeping AoE attacks. So when you're hitting multiple enemies at the same time, you get a bit of a faster charge, because like for the Demon Hunter, for example, there's basically not much AoE. It has multi-shot and everything and Rain of Vengeance, but I believe the charge is mostly based off of your normal attack. So the fact that the Demon Hunter has a single target normal attack, that means that the charge is probably going to be a bit slower, I think. And I think the Wizard's normal attack does hit multiple targets, but not quite in the way that the Barbarian's does. Yeah, it seems like the Barbarian, he's just way too strong. He's just way too strong starting out. Like, this guy's it's gonna be unstoppable until like maybe like level 50 or something. As we can see, our Barbarian's level 8 here. He's looking pretty strong, has very nice gear. Oh, he got walled in. Looks like he's up against a bunch of elites there, but that huge hammer of the Ancients basically just destroyed everything. And then just Whirlwind for the win. Like, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. Oh, that's the first ring I think we've seen in all of these playthroughs. Our Barbarian has a ring too that gave +5 attack. This guy's unstoppable at this point. 3 minutes remaining on his demo, but he's just gonna blow through everything, I think. All right, so our Barbarian's heading into the final area. He's just gonna go ahead and destroy everything. He has no problems. It's not a big deal. All right, so you guys tell me, what do you guys think about the Barbarian? Like, he looks absolutely like just on another level compared to the other characters that we've seen so far, right? Am I seeing stuff wrong here, or like, he just looks unstoppable compared to the others? And I mean, yeah, like I said earlier, maybe it just has something to do with, starting off he's really strong. Maybe later in the game he kind of falls off a bit or something like that. But right now this is really making me want to play a Barbarian. Like, I don't know about you guys. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think of the Barbarian? You think he's gonna be OP? Because, sometimes if we talk about the history of Diablo, I feel like the Barbarian, I guess the Wizard or Sorcerer/Sorceress as well, have been the two strongest, I would say, for the most part. Like, you know, sometimes certain classes get nerfed and buffed, and sometimes now and then, you know, you might see a monk or a demon hunter or as the strongest class, but I think more often than not, it's generally the barbarian and or wizard that are the strongest. And looking at Diablo Immortal right now, this barbarian is just looking pretty strong. Like, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm sure this is like from 2019 BlizzCon, so maybe there have already been a lot of balance adjustments. But yeah, there we go. That's the end of our barbarian 20-minute demo here. We did really get to see pretty much all the skills. He never did equip the Furious Charge, so I guess the Furious Charge is something we did not see, and I'm sure there will be even more skills unlocked later on as you progress through the game. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Subscribe if you are into Diablo Immortal and want to see more. I will be continuing to make Diablo Immortal content for, well, probably for several years now, so thank you so much for your support. I'll see you guys next time, and GG's.